My friends, since I sounded the alarm about YouTube unsubscribing many of you without your permission, you good people have rallied and I've gotten back thousands of subscribers. That said, every day I receive word from viewers that they've been unsubscribed, many for the second or even third time. Please check to make sure you're still subscribed, and if you are not a subscriber, please do subscribe, click the notification bell, and help us in our war to save pop culture. Thank you for listening, and now, on to the video. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth. And this Thanksgiving, I took some time to reflect on all of the things I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for all of you wonderful people out there in the audience fighting by my side to save pop culture from the predations of woke cultural scavengers. I'm thankful that Harvey Cthulhu has thus far been unable to escape the containment field that surrounds him and prevents him from destroying our universe. I'm thankful for good health and bounteous blessings, and as it turns out, I am thankful that once again over this long Thanksgiving weekend, Disney has demonstrated the truth of the phrase, get woke, go broke. Yes, my friends, Disney's latest diversity mire died a painful death at the box office over the long Thanksgiving weekend, and despite their ardent hopes for a hit to change their humiliating box office losing streak, Disney's Thanksgiving wish didn't come true. Quite the contrary, despite a 5-day opening holiday weekend when families come together, drive each other crazy in close quarters, and desperately look for some distraction to stop all the squabbling, families decided, they'd rather sit at home, break out the Festivus pole, and air their grievances at each other than go watch another anti-white male diversity lecture disguised as entertainment. Wish bombed, folks. It bombed bad, it bombed hard, and given that at this point, it's looking like Disney has produced 4 of the 5 biggest box office flops in history, it legitimately begs the question, is Disney a dead brand?
Could that be true, dude? Is Disney responsible for 4 of the 5 worst box office flops in history? Oh shit, that can't be true, can it?
Not only could this be true, Harvey Cthulhu, it appears that 2 of those massive record-setting flops came just this year. In an article on xfire.com titled, Disney on Track to have 4 of the 5 biggest box office flops ever, they put things in a sobering perspective. Mr. Peltz, I hope you're paying attention. They write, quote, in 2023, The House of Mouse has seen several of its movies fall flat at the box office, including 2 of the most expensive films of all time. One of these films, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, cost over $300 million according to Deadline, but could only muster $368 million at the box office, losing the studio about $100 million. The second film is The Marvels, which has clawed its way to a little under $190 million at the box office, despite its $220 million budget. With Indiana Jones and The Marvels box office results, Disney now has 4 of the 5 biggest box office bombs of all time. Apart from those 2, Disney is also behind 2022's animated adventure film Strange World, which grossed $73 million against a $180 million budget, and 2012's John Carter, which grossed $280 million against a $305 million budget. Plus marketing costs, Strange World lost the studio around $200 million, unquote.
Staggering and sobering. One wonders when Disney will wake up from their woke orgy, sober up, shake off the hangover, and get back to making money for their investors. I wouldn't hold my breath, even if I had lungs. You know, they used to talk about certain studios being hit machines, but if anything, Disney has proven itself to be a shit machine. Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm. They cannibalize their old movies and shows, and then they crap out inferior remake after inferior remake. The thing about Wish is, this one wasn't a remake at all. And yet, we've seen it all before, haven't we? The evil white guy ruling over his patriarchy, and only the ethnically diverse, stunning, brave woman can put him in his place and return equity and diversity to the oppressed women and people of color of the land. Yawn. Wish isn't a remake, but we've seen it all before, and we didn't like it the first time. How bad was the damage, Doomcock?
Harvey Cthulhu, the failure of Wish at the box office is bad in isolation, but it's staggering when you consider all of Disney's failures at the box office this year. My God, truly, one would not be remiss to pose the question, is the Disney brand dead? You want some figures? You got them. Courtesy of TMZ, who published this article earlier today. Another miss from Disney at the box office. The studio's latest original animated movie bombed with moviegoers over the holiday break, marking just the latest flop for them. Of course, we're talking about Wish, with Ariana DeBose as the main character and Chris Pine as the big bad and a bunch of other cute side characters. Unfortunately, none of them were enough, because Wish only made $31.7 million through the 5-day weekend. Ticket sales were getting counted as early as Wednesday, but come Sunday, Wish had underperformed by a lot. Projections had it pegged at 45 to 50 mil over the same 5 days. It didn't do great internationally either, pulling in just 17.3 million overseas, bringing its total worldwide haul to about 49 million. In layman's terms, the film flopped, and it ended up coming in third place behind Napoleon #2 and the Hunger Games prequel #1 again, unquote. Now, just think about this for a second, folks, because I think this suggests that Disney is in a wonderful world of shit at the moment. Consider, holidays are the perfect time for family-friendly entertainment. Kids are home from school and bouncing off the walls for days and days. Dad and mom are running out of things to offer them to stop the aforementioned bouncing, fighting, yelling, running, and so on. Usually, the solution is to bundle the kids up and take them out to see a holiday movie, something wholesome and fun that will give mom and dad a break and also hopefully give both of them a little entertainment too, along with 2 hours of peace. But in this case, everyone concerned decided fuck it. They'd rather stay home with the yelling and the bouncing and the fighting than spend the time and money to go see yet another feminist diatribe on diversity with yet another thinly veiled indictment of white men as villains who keep everyone down and ruin everything. It is my belief that Wish failed spectacularly over a 5-day holiday weekend precisely because Disney is an extremely damaged brand in the eyes of a large portion of the population and a dead brand to many who have gotten disgusted with their heavy-handed political content past the point of no return.
The evidence is clear, Doomcock. The Disney brand is one of hatred now. Hatred of white people, hatred of straight people, in short, hatred of the majority of their traditional audience, not exactly a recipe for how to succeed in business. How many more movies will feature white males as villains who have to be put in their place by strong, ethnically diverse women? This failure, in and of itself, wouldn't mean so much were it not for the timing of it.
Truth, O Skull of Calderon. This is only the latest in a string of failures for Disney at the box office, especially bad at a time when Nelson Peltz is looking at a hostile takeover of the company, and there just seems to be no way to deny that something is fundamentally rotten in the Magic Kingdom. In a recent article titled "Disney's Wish is a Theatrical Bomb and the Latest in a String of Woke Failures," ZeroHedge.com writes, quote, "Is it time to declare the Disney brand dead? Only a couple of weeks ago, the entertainment giant suffered one of its worst box office showings ever with the failure of The Marvels, a feminist-driven girl boss movie which was widely applauded by social justice advocates but ignored by the vast majority of the public. The film is expected to lose $200 million to $300 million once receipts are totaled and marketing costs are accounted for. In a bizarre attempt at maximum cope, the media is hailing The Marvels as the largest ever theatrical opening by a black female director, when in fact, the movie is actually the largest box office bomb made by a black female director. Now, Disney's animated Wish is set to top that failure, falling well below box office predictions and bringing in only $32 million over a 5-day period, including the once lucrative Thanksgiving weekend. Numerous reports suggest that Wish is opening to empty theaters across the country. Media spin doctors have attempted to jump ahead of get woke, go broke accusations with articles claiming that the movie is not woke, but more libertarian in its messaging. This is, for the most part, a dishonest deflection. The film's producers openly admitted their woke methodology in a number of interviews, including their desire to inject diversity and inclusion messaging. While the woke intent is more obscure than previous films, Wish features yet another precocious ethnic teen female named Asha, banding together with her diverse cast of friends to fight a revolution against the white male patriarchy. Unquote. And there you have it, my friends. Disney is on a losing streak of historic proportions, racking up arguably two of the worst box office bombs in history just this past year in their obsession with diversity politics and shoddy storytelling. Disney has little to be thankful for this Thanksgiving weekend, and it's looking like Mickey's gonna get a lump of coal in his stocking this Christmas. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.